So this segment that we have is called The Plug. We have partnered with Echo, and as you guys know, I am also the program manager of Echo. And what we wanted to do is create a platform where we have entrepreneurs coming to connect. So this is a place where we learn about the business, we learn a little bit more about the entrepreneur, just a relaxed space to talk about the business that's not so hardcore, give me your 30, 60-second pitch. This is more so finding out about the why of what you do. And so today I have with me Mr. Horace, and we're going to talk a little bit about your business, Legacy Creators. Is that all right?
I love it. Let's do it.
All right, cool. So first, introduce yourself and then tell us a little bit about Legacy Creators.
All right. My name is Horace Allen. I'm the founder and CEO of Legacy Creators. We have a roadmap to success.
Mhm.
We try and produce the highest results in some of the most challenging, impoverished, marginalized communities here in the Triangle.
Mhm.
And our success has been outstanding. We
Yeah.
produce kids who enrolled in UNC Chapel Hill,
Mhm.
North Carolina State, Elon,
Mhm.
High Point,
Mhm.
ECU, UNC Charlotte.
Mhm.
Great kids, great schools, and we're on a roll, man.
Yeah, yeah. So what was the genesis of it? What caused you to say, you know what, this needs to be done?
That's a great question. If you ever go to my website, it really started when I was running a company called TSG.
Mhm.
And that was back during the time period, folks, dating myself, but that was in the 90s. And the big thing was welfare to work. How do you get people
Mhm.
from programs that were paying them a certain dollar amount per month
Mhm.
not to work? And the challenges was, how do you get them to an environment where they move out the culture of poverty?
Yes.
We ran a IBM business partnership, and we said, what do we do? We didn't know. And there was a deal with United Way where people were throwing money at it, and there were a lot of ideas, and we were right there in the internet .com era.
Mhm.
Ended up selling our company in the middle of the .com boom.
Mhm.
And one of the things said, hey, we have a partnership with IBM that we taught the IBM T program as a contractor for IBM,
Mhm.
in addition to being an IBM reseller.
Okay.
And so myself, my partners said, we're going to make the exact same software and credentials and certification available that companies were paying for.
Mhm.
You know, General Motors, Cargill,
Mhm.
Medtronic, 3M would
Mhm.
pay for Monday through Friday. We would give it away for the weekends.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
With the exact same certification. IBM got on board. It was absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
We got 2 really great articles out of the Apple Star Tribune,
Mhm.
and the rest was just history.
Yeah.
And so to answer your question, when it was all said and done, it was, do I like selling widgets and servers
Mhm.
and doing consulting versus developing people?
Okay.
And it was about developing people.
Okay.
Absolutely.
That's great. Now you have sometimes, like when we had met and I said you have a coach cadence. You have a cadence of a coach.
Yes.
And so talk a little bit about just being in the school as a teacher, as a coach, to actually rustle up the kids and start to identify the kids that fit what Legacy Creators is about.
Got it. Great question. Part of the challenge is, first of all, similar to you guys, I have a sister.
Mhm.
Her name is Vicky, right? And so kind of the same age gap. And we grew up in a really challenging environment.
Mhm.
My mom went to the 6th grade. My dad was in 8th grade. My mom was a janitor for 31 years at Cross Irving Memorial Hospital in Syracuse, New York.
Okay.
And my dad worked at a foundry.
Mhm.
And part of that coaching was you kind of the BYOC, be your own cheerleader,
Mhm.
was to kind of get ourselves excited.
Mhm.
Getting us, we had 3 siblings before us,
Mhm.
and all 3 of them gave birth to a child in high school.
Okay.
We were in
Okay.
housing projects. Things were not going well.
Right.
And so part of that coaching was coaching myself, coaching her.
Yeah.
And so we've been blessed beyond belief.
Mhm.
And I believe one of the reasons that it worked out was coming from a really challenging environment.
Yeah.
And so I ended up going to undergraduate at Hobart Williams College, and she went to undergraduate at Ithaca College.
Mhm.
And then I got my MBA from Northwestern Kellogg School of Management,
Mhm.
and she got her MA from the Kennedy School at Harvard University.
Mhm.
And so it was part of that is the tough times, and I'll tell you, the tough times are going to come.
Yeah.
Yes.
You can, in fact, if you find someone who's done something,
Mhm.
they have gone through it.
There's a story.
They've
Yeah.
absolutely gone through it.
Mhm.
And so I love some of the great, the billionaire stories they have on YouTube. Just it's incredible, some of these dynasties.
Yeah.
And they also talk about what happens in the families.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So that coach cadence is you got to get yourself up.
Right.
There's a time period I spend every morning, look at the ceiling.
Mhm.
And it's kind of a 10-second time period before I get to bed and say, okay, what's the plan?
Yeah.
And 10 seconds, these are the things I want to get accomplished when I come back
Mm-hmm.
to this bed and go to sleep and feel good about life.
Yeah, that's great. Now with that coaching's cadence, do you find that it's a little offsetting for others? Like they don't understand your intensity.
Oh, it's in fact now it's offsetting, and sometimes they take it as a negative versus a positive.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, whether good, bad, or indifferent,
Mm-hmm.
there's a part of our society which is status quo.
Mm-hmm.
No risk.
Mm-hmm.
Leave me alone.
Mm-hmm.
I want to hit the cruise control button.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Why? In fact, why are you even bothering me with all this excitement trying to do something that I'm looking for this perfection of kind of a drone, something simple.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I'm the opposite. And what I found is that you got to surround yourself with people what you're about.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And so for some folks who are put off, they should be in an environment that's best for them.
Yeah.
We have students that it's not for them.
Mm-hmm.
That for them they have a different ideology than what Legacy Creators is all about.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And so when people come to our site, the first thing we do is we punch them in the face with all of our success.
Mm-hmm.
Here are our kids.
Mm-hmm.
There's on that site, there's only one group picture.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna go on record right now and tell you that that's the only group picture we're gonna have other than like a sporting event.
Right.
Which is in fact, if you went to our site to find that second group picture,
Mm-hmm.
you got to work really hard. you got to kill yourself to find it, because for us, nobody can hide.
Yeah.
When they click on your digital portfolio, it tells everything about you. It
Yeah.
tells you their resume, their bio, where they work.
Mm-hmm.
Got to get a job.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so my dad had almost no education,
Mm-hmm.
but he had a hardcore work ethic.
Yeah.
And I believe, and I could be wrong. My mom, the day she started at Crossroad Memorial Hospital, 30
Mhm.
plus years, 31 years, she missed 4 days of work.
Whoa.
Wow.
4 days. My dad at Oberdorfer Foundry, I think he missed 3 days of work.
Mm.
When I worked for Wade County Public School System, worked for 3 years at South Garner,
Mhm.
missed no days of work.
Mm.
Wow.
Yeah. And so I would say in the last top for almost 10 years, total number of days that I missed,
Yes.
2.
Mm.
Mm.
2. Because my dad wasn't having it.
Yeah.
That's what he believes. That if nothing else, you're gonna wake up every day excited,
Mm-hmm.
and you're gonna go to work.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna put in the time.
Yes.
You're gonna make sure everyone knows that if they don't say anything else about you, it's about you're gonna work your tail off to be the best you can be.
Yeah.
And that was even when we were getting ready for college.
Mm-hmm.
My sister and I, and both of us, would try and talk tough, but we were scared.
Mm-hmm.
we were afraid. We were afraid.
Yeah.
Man, I tell you, we were afraid. These private schools and people coming out of boarding schools, and
Mm-hmm.
it's first time I ever saw real money.
Yeah.
Real where it's when you go home for some spring break and you're in an 8,000 square foot home.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And you're going, and
Yeah.
you don't even, you're stunned by it. You don't
Mhm.
even understand it. And that's why I knew I wanted to be an entrepreneur.
Mm-hmm.
And we got to the point of TSG, 108 employees, 4 states, $40 million in sales.
Yeah.
That was driving me because I saw it.
Mhm.
It's an old saying, you got to see it to be it.
Yeah.
And that's exactly it.
I agree wholeheartedly.
Yeah. And so
Yeah.
part of it is, it's like you guys are here, work your tail off. You got a great studio. You guys are doing it. And the great thing about Echo is that it moves by the same beat as Legacy Creators.
Mhm.
And kind of back to our kids, there's nowhere to hide.
Yeah.
That if you're not going to do what you guys do, which is
Mhm.
brand and market yourself,
Mm-hmm.
then why are you here?
Right.
Yeah.
Why are you here? What are you doing?
So then how do you overcome, because as a former educator myself, you can see things in students that sometimes they don't see in themselves, and then same thing with their parents may not see them the same way either. How do you overcome that stigma that sometimes you just have lazy students and we're like, nah, it's just you're not a lazy student, you have it's just you're not pushing yourself, and this is the opportunity? Like, how do you create the doors for them to possibly walk through?
Yeah, that's a really tough question.
Mhm.
That's a really tough question, because when you're in an environment that is underserved,
Mhm.
marginalized communities, Title I schools, there's a small group of people who are competing at a high level, very
Mhm.
small group.
Yeah.
And sometimes they feel alienated because, we all somehow believe that it's the top end that raises the bottom end,
Mm-hmm.
and there's more risk in the bottom end pulling down the top end.
Right.
And part of that is relaying to students how great you are
Mm-hmm.
and how great you can be.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes folks don't do the first one, which is saying how great you are.
Mm-hmm.
They always talk potential and we're going to have, no.
Yeah.
Right now, you're great.
Right.
Right now, you're great. Let me tell you how great you're going to be
Mm-hmm.
if we could add this tool set and this methodology.
Yes.
That's the hardest part.
Mm-hmm.
And there are times where we have learned some hard lessons in that there's an old saying that the teacher will show up when the student is ready.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't tell you how many students will go to the next level, go to college, call back and say, you're right.
Mm-hmm.
You're right.
Yeah.
And the other part, which is really, really, really unfortunate, sometimes the student can't handle so much positivity, so much love.
Mm.
Yeah.
I mean, they just it throws them off,
Mm-hmm.
and that they then develop an attitude of they're bigger than the system, they're
Yeah.
bigger than the organization,
Yeah.
and somehow they leverage you.
Yeah.
You're going, hold on for a second. What's
Yeah.
going on
How
here?
did we get here?
How did we get here?
Yeah.
They're at other clubs. They got to pay dues. They got to fundraise.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is a cost. There were clubs at South Carolina High School where just merch,
Mm-hmm.
to get your merch, they had to pay for their merch.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. For us, our merch budget, at one point, we were spending between $8 and $10 grand a year in merch. Free, all free.
Yeah,
Good
giving it
stuff.
away.
Oh man, in fact, on the wall in my classroom was all merch. It was incredible.
Yeah.
And they would come in at times, be less respectful to us
Mm-hmm.
than the clubs
Yeah.
that were actually making them fundraise and charging them for everything.
Mm-hmm.
And there was no continuation.
Yeah.
So I tell our kids, no one's going anywhere.
Right.
Yeah.
That when they leave a normal high school here in the Triangle,
Mhm.
pretty much the party's done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They never leave us.
Yeah.
You go to our kids and see their digital portfolios. It's right through college, and now we're working on internships.
Yeah.
And so we got our power horses. I mean, the people who kind of drive this sled, people like Michaela Brown,
Mhm.
who I remember like it was yesterday, myself and one of our board members, Shirley Paddock, and I were talking to Michaela and saying, hey, we're running the Iditarod,
Mm-hmm.
and you got to pull this sled.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So a 17-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
And at this point, this is 2021, 2022.
Mm-hmm.
And she rose to the occasion.
Yeah.
She is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Another young person, Joanna Wakama, who got her associate's degree in high school.
Mm-hmm.
So within a week, she got an associate's degree and she got a high school diploma,
Mm-hmm.
graduated from college in 2 years, went in as a junior and finished her certificates at Johns Hopkins University. I mean, just awesome. Now she's going to law school.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
And so those are the ones saying, hey, you're going to lead this sled.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And so it's been good.
Yeah.
Macy
Mhm.
Williman, who is a neuroscience major at UNC Chapel Hill,
Mm.
still doing, Dean's List student.
Mhm.
She is unrelenting.
Yeah.
I mean, works her tail off. All of our sponsors love her.
Mhm.
We can't help her enough,
Mhm.
personally, emotionally, financially.
Mhm.
Another part for us is just going out and raising money.
Yeah.
Hey, our kids need
Mhm.
money.
Yeah.
Where they're in college, but
Yeah.
and it's great to have a good amount of financial aid for
Mhm.
room, board, and tuition.
Mhm. Mhm.
But there's extra costs.
Yeah,
Yes.
there is.
Yes.
There's a lot of extra
Yes.
costs.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And so that's another big thing for us. But yeah, the hardest part at times was, and it's not the wrong word is underappreciation. That's not what it is. It's really a lack of understanding,
Mhm.
Mhm.
a lack of saying, I'm so special. This is the way legacy creators should treat me.
Right.
Mhm.
And expect that.
And expect
Mhm.
that.
Mhm.
That and the fact now that I'm gonna have everyone, either you can rise to the legacy creators level
Yeah.
and treat me that way, or I'm done with you.
Yeah.
Right.
And so, but yeah, if you're coming from an environment where you're not used to that level of treatment, of
Yeah.
recognition of your success and your
Mhm.
hard work,
Mhm.
you'll turn on the folks who are doing the best for you.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's a crazy concept.
Yeah. And
Mhm.
what you're speaking to for football, I did at Inlow High School, where we had to change the concept of what they were viewed at as in the school. So literally, I was like, yo, some of you guys, let's cut your hair, let's do this, let's do that. And then they didn't realize how the response in the school was. And some of them didn't know how to take it. They thought people were like throwing jabs. I'm like, nah, you're in a different space now. And let's get these academics and let's brush this stuff up and watch how people start to treat you. But like you said, they had gotten so accustomed to well, this is just the way it is, and people can treat me however they can treat me. But then now the expectation changed, and then now you see them with their chest up a little bit because now they expect to be treated a certain way because being a part of this team has a standard. Our youth don't have a standard anymore. It's just kind of freelance. Because,
that's it.
And it's tough. So that's why I asked, like, so how do you even go about this now? Because I'm out the teaching game, and I don't think I'll ever go back. God willing, I don't have to go back, because talking like this now is tough because you got to be careful about parents and how they feel and things like that.
In fact, I would go on to say that there are times where it's the parents' fear of the student not achieving all their goals. And I'm saying that's the opposite. That if you're an emerging corporation and you're an entrepreneurial concern, and your goal was to be at $12 million in sales and you only at 11, that's okay. Right? Your goal was to be somewhere around 72 employees, you're only at 64. That's okay. And I think it's at times, sometimes the parents' baggage is dumped onto the child. And everyone's guarding themselves. And I'm saying it's the opposite. There's only one way to hit a home run, and that is you must go to the plate.
Yeah, you got to swing.
You got to swing. But if you're afraid of striking out, then you're just in the wrong organization.
Right.
And back to your point, I'm with you. I can never go back to a full-time classroom because there's so much going on. There's so much happening. And so this is a great story. I have a kid who won 11 kids who won the full ride UNCF Fidelity Investment Scholarship.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And one of them is Tiana Jenkins. She's at UNC Greensboro. So she's at UNC Greensboro, and she's a sophomore now. And she sends me a text saying, hey, I want to bring Legacy Careers to UNC Greensboro. I couldn't even, I'm trying to figure out, what are you saying? Right? Because and at the time, both myself and Alex and Elise and Shirley and my sister said, we're still maybe a year and a half away from the college campus, or because the goal is middle school, high school, college, career. And she said, no, I had to explain to my classmates, there is something different than these student-run clubs here at UNC Greensboro. And there are some that are really good.
Yeah.
And there are some that aren't so really good.
Right.
And drove up. And to my surprise, again, no clue. I get there, and there are 10 kids in this room. Sight unseen. I mean, you talk
just
about
from word of mouth.
Word of mouth. A normal club first meeting 2, maybe 3. If you're lucky, you may get a straggler who rolls in, who's looking for a free lunch. Hey, is there any free food here? 10 kids. Yeah. And more importantly, 4 Black males.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
You go to our website, our homepage. I couldn't post them fast enough. I mean, just saying, hey, here's what we want, Mr. Allen. Let's go get them.
Yeah.
That is the groundswell that we're creating, whereby our kids now, they get it. They understand it. And even through the Fidelity stuff, the idea that we're going to compete, Fidelity Investments is a $1 trillion global concern with a T, a capital T, and that we're going to go into that scholarship process and we're going to win. And mom and dad on July 1st will have a $0 invoice.
Love that.
And if you go to, we have other kid scholarships, just the whole concept, the whole Hankins family. It's bizarre. She earned more scholarships, me and her, side by side in the scholarship process, than the invoice price for ECU, based on her FAFSA number.
Wow.
Yeah. So
that's huge.
That's huge. That's
huge.
What we want for all of our kids.
So how do you build this community around them? Because it's hard, right? It's tough. So how do you build a community around specific students, and how do you handle like their social and emotional? Because some students are not necessarily prepared for this step.
Yeah.
So how do you handle the community and then the social and emotional?
The most underrated component to the roadmap success is the social emotional component. Right? How do you handle SEL, social emotional learning? How do you handle all the challenges that comes along with growing up? We grew up minus the iPhone, minus social media. We had none of that. In fact, I would tell folks, if you didn't get invited to a party. What at my age, when we were younger, you didn't find out at best on Monday.
Right.
If you're not invited to a party, you find it interactively on Friday night. On certain folks are having fun in front of you. And social emotionally, that's devastating. To say you saw me all week. And you invited all these people except for me.
Right.
We must not be friends. And unfortunately, that has a huge effect on that person's academic performance.
Absolutely.
1 week, 2 weeks.
Absolutely.
And
it lingers. Like you said, it lingers.
And it lingers.
Yeah.
You know, back in our day, if you were an all-star, you would find your way to the paper. Now, you do something great in athletics, it's online instantly. You know, there's a bunch of folks who are tracking stuff. WRIL has high school overtime,
high school OT.
You know, there's 24/7 sports has everyone, and so it happens very quickly. At the same time, too, if you're not doing well,
what about this? What about those kids?
What about and so that's it. Really is 360 coaching that you have to coach and develop every aspect of the child. And the other part too, which we're getting better at, and we're far from getting this thing down to a science. What do you do? How do you react to the young person who legacy creators isn't for them? Right? It is. Go to our website. We preach it. We say it. We tell it. We touch it. We are a tier 1 high performance organization that we believe. Again, we haven't gotten to Ivy League school yet, but we believe if we stay on the right track, recruit the right kids from the most challenging environments here in the Triangle, hopefully at some point North Carolina, and hopefully at some point the East Coast, hopefully at some point across the country, that there are kids who are in that middle ground with the right coaching development, the right branding and marketing. It's possible. And
absolutely.
My sister, we laugh, right? We laugh when we got to undergraduate. I remember her first day at Harvard. My first at Northwestern. We both had the exact same reaction. Number one, we didn't know if we belonged there.
Right.
I'll admit that. But I'm saying, man, someone made a mistake and he made a mission letter. Hopefully they don't find it pretty. Put a slide in the back. No one's gonna see me. And her same way, where she's at Harvard, and we're from the housing projects of Syracuse, New York. We didn't get out to 11th grade. This is a great football story. Henniger High School. No one believes this. This is one of my best stories ever. Henniger High School in Syracuse, New York. We never played a varsity home game. We got bused to a municipal stadium called Griffin Field because our home field was so terrible. It was. We're a poor Title I school. There was no money to fix the field. And that was it. In fact, I lost 2 games in high school football. 2 games. That's it. Lacrosse. We won a New York State lacrosse championship with no lacrosse home field. And it's
Road Warriors.
Road Warriors. We literally got on a bus and went to a place called Roosevelt Middle School on the south side of Syracuse. No, and I'm again. So now I can fact check it. That was how bad it was. But we were so poor. We didn't know it. We didn't understand it. It was normal for us to always get on a bus and go play a football game. Right. The student body knew it. Right. And so it was a bizarre deal. And I can't tell you how valuable that was. Because you get to a point where you appreciate everything. You're fighting every battle. We're all fighting battles. And we're going to get to them one by one. But I'll tell you what, though, that upbringing, and even my kids, when I deal with them, I have a greater appreciation. And that's that part of it. I think I did have to spend time in the classroom. That you couldn't just be a consultant to hold up to the school.
I agree.
Show up.
You got to know what they're going through.
You got to know what they're going through. You got to feel it. You got to understand it. You got to understand, like you said, getting guys haircuts. In fact, having people understand that there's a world which grooming matters. Right? There's a world which,
because there's people that'll tell you it doesn't.
That's right. And you're going, and if you look at our on the website, each digital portfolio
Mhm.
is approved by me.
Yeah.
I know that's right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So if I don't like your picture, you're not. I don't.
Yeah.
Your mom and dad can call me all day long. Hey, how you doing? Yeah, no, your kid looks terrible. Yeah, no, they're not gonna know.
And I was going to ask that, how do you balance with the parents and possibly them overstepping and trying to get into your lane?
Oh, that's a great question. Holy cow, that's a great question. That's a great question. Because we have to respect the fact that the child does belong to them.
Mm-hmm.
We can have all these great ideas, all kinds of great support from Echo.
Mm-hmm.
I can go in and see Coach Ken. I could see internet. I could see Sally. I can get all that great help. But in the end, I got to have a relationship with that parent, and I got to have the ability to have really tough conversations. I try and explain to my parents that I've seen things you haven't. You just have to trust me.
Yeah.
And then I think once the digital portfolio shows up, once they get there, even the kid, when they see themselves getting branded, they see all their web pages, all their videos, they see all of their Who Am I presentations. It begins to make sense. And they understand why you get a job, why that employer needs to see that you worked at Chick-fil-A, at Waffle House, at Walmart, at McDonald's. You know how to be on time, punch the clock, do a good job, not be on your phone, execute and go home. And the parents, when they start to encapsulate that it's beyond get a job. Well, it's not just get a job.
Right.
It's understand how that job plays into
it's a whole portfolio.
It is. It's a college admission process. And I try to explain to my kids, there are a whole lot of folks who look alike. My best example is I call it the 5'8" defensive back. It's a generic person.
Yeah.
5'8", right? They all run a 4.5 40.
Yep.
They're all on 170 pounds. They're all generic.
And there's a million of them.
And it's a million of them. And you explain to them, you have to make sure or understand how you're going to brand and market yourself to differentiate you from the other 5'8", 170 pounds. You look every Saturday.
Yeah.
Alabama has a bunch of them.
Yeah.
LSU has a bunch of them.
Yeah.
Notre Dame has a bunch of them.
Yeah. And that's just D1.
And that's just D1. And so if you allow yourself to be generic, and I tell parents, part of it is, and it's never going to change, your kid has to develop methodologies, develop means by which to show, pick me, hire me. And it's absolutely incredible.
And what you're speaking of, I'm so glad. And you guys will, I want to speak life into the program to say you're going to get your Ivy League person, because nobody ever thought I would be able to get an Ivy League guy from Southeast Raleigh when I was coaching at Enloe. And literally a lot of the parents just never even thought about the possibility of Ivy League. So like I had a student, 4.25 GPA, over a 27 on the ACT, and then he was also athletic freak on the field. But he was judging himself not by that standard, but by the fact that he didn't have any offers for school. And so I said, hey, man, let me ask you a question.
Yes, absolutely.
Have you ever thought about Ivy League? And he was like, nah. Like, so it wasn't even in his mind. So you clearly check all the boxes, but this isn't even in your mind. So I got the opportunity to make a call to Harvard and Yale and sent all his stuff, just similar like you're saying, a profile, sent all his information. And Yale flew down first on a Thursday. I called on a Monday. Yale flew down on a Thursday to watch the game Friday. And then Harvard came down on a Wednesday, both inviting him back to camp. He ended up going to Yale and graduated from Yale as well. But it was getting everyone to realize that this kid, you got it, kid. And like down to changing his number. He was number 21. I changed him to number 1. I don't want to be number 1, coach. You're the standard of the program. You have to be number 1.
Absolutely.
Nobody else has the GPA that you got.
Yep.
And then we had a kid that was behind him that had offers from all over the country. He ended up going to Duke because I told him the best thing for you is Duke.
Yeah.
Because at that time, Coach Cutcliffe said, I keep enough money that if the scholarship, like if the football side doesn't work, you keep your scholarship. And he showed us, he opened up the paperwork to say, even though if it doesn't work, I want all my guys to still graduate because that's what's important to me.
I love it.
So when he said that, we left out of that office. That's where you're going.
Yeah, yeah.
And luckily, because he ended up shredding his knee, he ended up graduating from Duke.
Yeah.
So, but it's one of those things where, like you said, you have to massage everybody's mindset of what the possibilities can be.
No question.
Because we're so boxed in of you can only do this. And it's like, nah, there's a lot more that can be done. And so now, how do you and your sister separate emotional ties? Because I know as a coach, you get emotional with this because you want it for a kid and maybe they let you down. So how do you guys handle that in self-care as well for yourselves?
Well, the biggest part for us, first of all, it's a great story because back to your point, the hardest part for us sometimes is being the first person or the first organization to say it.
Mm-hmm.
The second organization gets the benefit saying the person in their mind goes, I've heard it before.
Right.
But when you're talking to people and you're giving concepts they've never heard before, man, you're selling from the ground up.
Yeah.
I mean, you're selling the concept of here's what a car is, and here's what you should buy.
Right.
But if no one knows what a car is, man, you're selling the idea of a car first.
Right.
Forget about buying a car.
Yeah.
That is tough. For us, my sister Vicky, she's much better at it than I am. You know, women are just smarter than men. Man, you talk about if you want to be about a bunch of rockheads, hang with some men. I mean, I tell you what, it's Rockhead University, and yourself included, because you're going. And what my sister does is take much more of the softer side, much more of the helping them walk down that road and saying, hey, here's how we're going to do it. Here's what we're going to do. And in the end, here's what we're going to get.
Yeah.
It's tough.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you want more for the child than the child wants himself.
Yeah.
And the parents have no idea.
Yeah.
It's a funny story. We talked about first generation college students. And I remember Hobart College. I'm 62 years old. This is 1981. And I'm a first generation student. And Hobart Winthrop Colleges was great to me. But they taught me a ton. It helped me by the hand, taught me all the skills to compete at a high-end private school.
Yeah.
We thought that was going to be it. One more generation of that, and there'd be no more first gen. It's 2025, and we still have first generation college students.
Yeah.
I mean, I would have, if someone said, hey, Horace, how long do you think this will last? I would say, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 more graduations.
Right.
Yeah.
We all thought that.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And part of it is people choosing that path of least resistance. Some of our best schools, you go to my site, the graduation rate is still 50%. There's still kids who, when they hit that fork in the road, they don't choose the more challenging option.
Yeah.
And so the net of it, my sister does a better job than I do. I'm getting better. I'm getting better at allowing for the chaos to happen, let the dust settle, and then go back and say, where are we?
Yeah.
I got some great parents, and I have some parents who are developing. And the great news is the parents that are developing, when they see their child's reaction to success, when they see the good things happen, when they realize that, hey, it's July 1st and I don't have an invoice, or my kids can get scholarships, it's making sense.
Yeah.
Because some folks are scared of the idea of the kid succeeding,
right,
and the invoice showing up.
Yeah.
Right.
And I'm saying the whole time, listen, don't worry about that.
How much is it going to cost?
How much is it going to cost me? By the way, I haven't saved any money.
Yeah.
And I tell them, don't worry about that.
Yeah.
Right. There's a plan. And once they get comfortable with, and the great news now is that they can go to our website and they can see our roadmap. They can see our track record. They can see the kids. And so, like I say, we have one group picture.
Yeah.
And that's it. And the rest they can click on and see some good stuff.
Yeah.
My 4 young men at UNC Greensboro, I'm so excited. I can't control myself. I just can't. Because again, my girls STEM team has done far better than boys STEM team. And some of that is what you mentioned is an over reliant on athletics versus academics. And some of it is I'm going to call like it is, just straight up fear. People talk about the fear, folks having fear of failure.
Yeah.
I think we have a lot of kids who have a fear of success.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man.
Yes.
That the idea of that I set a standard and I got to maintain that.
Success guilt. It's like, ugh.
It is.
Yeah.
Success guilt. Thank you for that word. Thank you. Yeah. It's the idea that not only am I going to do it, but I'm going to maintain it.
Yeah.
It's so much easier to hit the cruise control button get lost in the crowd,
Mhm.
blend into the wall,
Yep.
and you're good.
Just be one of the folks.
Be one of the folks, man. No one bothers you. No one expects anything. Hey, don't bother me.
So let me ask you this, because one thing I do want to talk about is your business, right? So Echo has the 3 tiers. It's going to be the trusted relationship, access to capital, and then just the tailored learning, which are the lessons. With Echo, which one of those did you find the most beneficial for you?
First of all of them. The Echo. So let's go. The Echo thing is interesting. Kind of hear about it, and this is nothing against other entrepreneurial seed incubator programs. I'm not. This is this is positive Echo.
Yeah,
and not to be negative.
yeah.
But you when you've been through a bunch of them, and they bring you their deck, and here comes their PowerPoints and their Canva presentations, and you say that's great, but how come we didn't start after the intro about me and what I'm doing? The Echo thing is totally different. I mean, talk about tailored. Every speaker comes in, they allow you to introduce yourself, and then every slide, every bullet point, almost every page is how does that apply to you and how can we help? And I love Kellogg School of Management. I mean, Northwestern, they taught me a lot. It was a great education, but it's and great case studies. But nothing applied to legacy creators because of the time period where legacy creators didn't exist. So what I need now is real world, boots on the ground. Tell me what I need to do. Give me some feedback. I need coaching right now.
Yeah.
Echo comes in, and even in our small group, I want to say 10, 12 companies, right? Everything's about you. I mean, you walk in, man, everything is about, hey, what can we do? Where are you at? How do we fix that? And even the speakers. So you have a speaker who's talking about capital, raising money. They're giving you actually the real you got to contact this person. Hey, click this link here. I'll put this in the. I mean, it was incredible. Even stuff like AI, and I'm even Echo. I am not the AI guy. If you don't want to learn AI, come see me. You talk about going into a dungeon. These guys come in and really, from a standpoint of technology, a standpoint of social media, a standpoint of modern day branding and marketing, utilizing all the tool sets that are pretty much free of charge. It costs you nothing. That's the Echo way. That's what those guys are doing.
Yeah.
And so every piece of it, even the messaging piece, even the piece where the storytelling, legacy creators, here's our success. Yeah, go get them. And someone goes, what's the story? And I said, I don't know. I don't know. What are you talking about? We worked our tails off. We got these colleges. What are you talking about? And they came in and said, oh, well, that's not really how you do it. And I'm going, it's not. What do you mean it's not? And so, no, that's just the basic blocking and tackling, branding and marketing, selling, the idea of messaging, the idea of storytelling, the idea of your target market to the point where you pinpointed the relationships. Every piece is about how do we help?
Yeah.
Right. The Echo, they're just playing at a different level. And so it's bizarre that there are times I'd walk away and go, okay, that was a lot. I got to go lay down. I got to get a big sandwich. I got to lay down. This is too much. And you wake up and you kind of get back at it and say, man, that was right. Okay, I got to do this, that, right. We're missing this piece here. I got to call Shirley. Let me talk to my sister. Elise can help me out with this. Let me get a hold of Alex. Let me round up the board and let's go get them. And so those pieces, all three of them apply. The relationships, I can't say enough. I'm not saying other organizations just check the boxes. I'm not. So anyone say, oh, Alan's bad mouthing, I'm not. What I'm telling you is that I think there are times where you're trying to do something and you don't know if the person you're trying to do it with has a vested interest in your success.
Yeah.
You're completely clueless.
Yeah.
Because what may be happening is that they're checking a box for their funding sources, for their investors, their stakeholders. You don't have any idea. That's not the Echo way.
Yeah.
Right. These dudes, man, everything is about what are we doing? How are we going to do it? Execute. When's our next meeting?
Yeah.
What are we going to talk again?
Yeah.
You're going.
Set up your one-on-one. Let's go.
Yeah. Let's go. I mean, they're not playing, right? And so that is the most unique value proposition I've ever seen in my entire life. Where you're sitting there, I remember your last presentation, and we're talking about just some of the minute aspects on social media marketing and integrating all the aspects. We do a really good job on our website of highlighting our kids. When you get there, you see all the kids at universities. You can't. We see their college slideshows. You can't run from it.
Right.
Our next challenge is, especially from going out, grant funding, creating partnerships, is now how do we integrate it? How do we tell a story?
Yep.
I had this. It's a great story. So I had this great promo video right in the. It's when you come to our website. So right away, I had to fix it. Ken plays it. Coach Ken goes, "Hey, that's great. We got to fix some stuff." I'm going, "What are you talking about? I'm Fred Flintstone. That took me 37 days. Are you kidding me? We're not fixing nothing." And I go home, Fred Flintstone. In fact, he's the best comment he made. And I said, "Hey, here's what I'm doing. Here's a tool set." He said, "You're working too hard." So what? He said, "Yeah, this is much easier than you made it." What? I did all that work for that. Are you kidding me? So,
all 37 days.
All 37 days. All 37 days. I'm chasing kids around, getting videos. I think I got the right fonts. No. So we're gonna, and there's still more room, but it did need an 8-hour cleanup. It needed cut the phones off, shut the world down, get this thing cleaned up, and it's much better. But I'm sure when Ken and I are done again, you're gonna insult me again to my face, right? You can't even walk away and go, "Hey, you know what? We'll walk away. Then we'll talk bad about it." No, they talk bad to your face. This is terrible. You got to fix this, and that's what's needed, right? Listen. I didn't come for a happiness meeting, right? I came to get better, take care of my kids.
Yeah. Give me the real deal.
That's exactly the real deal. You guys have all the right words. You guys, where these words come from? You guys are just really. First
of all, I gotta say, I didn't tell him that his video was terrible. It was the one thing that it is the cadence. So when you watched it, it was exactly what he said. Bang. And I was like, man, not everybody can handle that. Because as a coach, I get it. And I'm like, yeah. But then so my sister is exact opposite. So she would watch that like, whoa. But for me as a coach, I'm like, I feel it. I got the goosebumps. I feel right where you're coming from. But most of your parents would be like, this is a lot. You know what I mean? Because he was hit, boom, kid, success, kid. I'm like, whoa. This is what we do, damn it.
Yeah, that's right. And you're going to love it. And so, but again, this is not the anti-men show. But, we're just a bunch of rockheads, right?
Yeah.
With no women involved, the men will go over the cliff. Happy too. Yeah. This is a great cliff. We're going over the cliff. No, that's a bad idea. Yeah. And so part of it is, back to the Echo piece is you're getting feedback, you're getting respected, you're getting that attention that you need to say, hey, let's work on this. And the great news is we're not trying to, solve world hunger in one day. Right? Yeah, it really is a stepping stone. Yeah. And there was a great comment they made at our last meeting. And I remember it. And in fact, I actually typed in my notes. And Coach Ken said, "This is just the beginning." Because I'm thinking, oh man, no more meetings. Where's the feedback? Am I off on my own now?
Nah.
And he said, "No,
it's just a start.
It's just the beginning." And I'm going, I'm good. I'm good. Because sometimes, again, this is not some other anti-incubator program. They're on to the next cohort.
Yes.
They're on to the next cohort. They're on to the next, check the box.
Yes.
Pull the lever, push the button.
Yeah.
And that to me was literally, it was like I exhaled and said, I'm good now.
Yeah.
Because now I got a partner. The easy part, I believe, because we've done the hard work, is going out and telling our story and getting folks involved. A big part, and people don't like talking about it, is the issue of crime. Right? Your crime. if you don't see yourself as something better than the underground economy, you can't fault a person for making a bad choice,
Right.
because that's all they know.
That's all they know.
Quick money. Right? How do I get the quick money, the quick success? I need a car. I need a place to stay.
I'm hungry.
I'm hungry, right? And if they don't have a plan, that's the issue of crime. People they're not born with some gene that says, got to commit some crimes.
Right.
Yeah.
That's not how it works. And I think part of the challenge will be for us, our next step, thank God for ECHO, is explaining to funding sources that it's possible that the way in which you're looking at your partnerships are all the wrong way, right? You're in all this, I'm trying to be nice here. Situations where people are, it's negative generated versus positive generated, at risk. What
does that mean?
No,
Yeah. We're all at risk.
We're all at risk. What we want to do is we want to explain to that 6th, 7th, 8th grader that let's start talking about college and career right now. And in some cases, college is your deal. The CEO of Ford talked about the number of open jobs and just skilled labor. That the Ford dealerships have all these open bays and no mechanics.
Right. Yep.
Yeah.
And they're paying great money. Right. HVAC.
Yes.
Right. Air conditioners on top. They actually break.
Yes.
They're a bunch of moving parts.
Yeah.
Just the basic heating, cooling, plumbing.
I know. We had to pay $8,000 to fix the AC at our house.
Oh man. Yeah. And so I think
so. The money's there.
Money's there. And so part of it, I think, is that the funding sources aren't thinking it's possible. Again, in case they're watching, that they're looking at it the wrong way. This is another great story. During the Jimmy Carter years, it was tough. High inflation, high interest rates, high unemployment, really tough time.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah. Really tough time for the U.S. economy. Really tough sledding. And at that point, there was also high teen pregnancy. And what they were not understanding is that America saw it as bad, but if you didn't have a future, if you didn't have a roadmap, maybe that wasn't a bad option.
Yeah.
Right. You had Section 8 housing. You had there were ways for you to live. And until we kind of change the mindset, until we change the mindset to say, oh no, you and that young person, that young man, you guys have a future.
Yeah.
And we, all these great things can happen. And what you don't have to worry about is tomorrow.
Yeah.
Right. You have hope.
Yeah. And
all of a sudden that number would win. But you got to teach to it.
Yep.
Right. You got to coach to it. You got to create curriculums. And I think that's a problem. Not a problem. The challenge is that we're not doing that. Right? It's like you talking to a young man about, hey, have you thought about Ivy League football? What? No, I'm thinking, West Virginia.
The UNC.
UNC.
It was UNC or bust.
Yeah. And you're thinking, no, you're thinking the wrong way. And I will tell you, and again, I don't know who he is, but I will tell you this. He is very proud of that Yale degree.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah.
Oh.
And he is very proud of what
you should see him on Instagram.
Oh man, having a good old time. And so it's incredible.
Yeah,
absolutely incredible.
Yeah. So now, before we get you out of here, because we got Miss Holly coming in next, and we want you to talk about your website real quick.
Okay.
And then also, if somebody's watching this, because this will be on YouTube and it'll also be on Facebook, tell the parents how they can get in contact with you.
So please go to legacycreators.org. Go to our site. If you can spend 10 minutes on the homepage. The homepage is a summary of the entire website. It talks about our kids, the mission of the organization. It talks about our future. It talks about the colleges they attend. Even shows their college slideshow. Every kid has a college slideshow of the 10 to 12 colleges they got into. And so we have a kid who got into both North Carolina A&T and Chapel Hill and NC State, and went to North Carolina A&T and used the admissions from Chapel Hill and North Carolina State to leverage it. That's it. That's right. And that's part of our challenge. We talk a lot about our skill set, talk a lot about the personal branding and marketing of each student.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's also some stuff at the bottom, some good information for parents. It's just good stuff. Please go. And at the end, there's a contact me. Click the button, contact me. Depending on my schedule, it could maybe take me a couple hours to get a hold of you. But I'm telling you, we want to help. Please get involved. It's free. There's no cost. We don't do any fundraising. No, we're well sponsored. Yeah, there's no hitting. Oh well, you got to go out and raise some money. No, we don't. We none of that stuff. So please go to the site. Take a look at our stuff. We got a great leadership team. Branding and marketing is our deal, and it's worked out very well for us.
Cool. Last thing you got to do is plug another entrepreneur that we can contact to sit in that seat.
All right. I don't know yet.
Okay.
And here's why. Here's why.
Talk to us.
Echo, there is active and there's passive. Echo is an active organization. There are a lot of my entrepreneurial friends, a good number of my entrepreneurial friends who are in a very passive mode. Come in, show me the slideshow, check the box, get some Echo pictures for their social media. And so for me,
going about their day.
Going about their day. That's it. She's got all these great. What is it? You know what? That's what I need. I need somebody, because I miss the words. I'm trying to figure out what I want to say. And she's like reading my mind. It's like a mind reading.
Man, she does it to me too. Man.
Yeah, holy cow.
All the time.
All the time. What is she? She's like, hey, you know what?
As soon as I forget a word, this is what you were trying to say.
Yeah. It's exactly what you mean. I get. Yeah, we're a bunch of rockheads, man. You want a rockhead? Go find a guy. It's sort of like choosing a kid for legacy creators. I don't think Echo's for everybody. That you have to want to do it. Right? They're going to be involved in your organization. If you come for this, the PowerPoints, check out the 2 hours and leave, it's not the place for you.
Yeah, it's not going to work.
It's not going to work. And you got to be serious. And I tell my kids, right? We have a lot of kids, come through and like, you're probably not for you, not serious. There really is a college application process.
Yeah.
There's a college scholarship process. If you don't want to do it, I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
But this isn't, so I don't, as of right now, kind of no lead time. Give me some time because I want to prep that person to say, here's what you're going into. But there's a lot of generic incubator organizations. You put first of all, it's not 12, but they put in 40 people at a time. They fill all the butts in the seat. Yeah. And people just go away.
Yeah. And so we don't want to do that.
No, Echo again. There's tier one, there's Echo, and there's a lot of other folks checking the boxes and getting good money for it too. Yeah. There are a lot of folks that are doing absolutely, again, not mentioning names, who are doing absolutely nothing and getting good money to bring in those entrepreneurs. Yeah. And you look back and nothing happened. Well, something's gonna happen. You make sure you book that one-on-one with me so we can keep going. Consider done. All right. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. All right. So we'll be right back. We got Miss Holly coming in. We're gonna talk about some kinesiology and just some therapy and just so we can chill. Because we're high-strung guys. Oh, yeah. We gotta chill out. So just stick with us and we'll be right back. This is TDS Radio, our voice, our culture.